The world muted the day the rain started falling inside Leo's chest. He was 7, small enough to still believe a hug could fix anything, but no hug came to mend the sudden, vast silence where his mother's laughter used to be. The doctor called it a heart attack, a phrase that sounded too sharp and quick for the lifetime of emptiness it left behind. His new guardian was his mother's elder sister, Aunt Beatrix, a woman built of straight lines and sharp corners, whose voice rarely rose above a Chile measured drone, but whose disapproval felt like a physical weight. Beatrix lived in a house that smelled perpetually of dust and old lavender, a stark contrast to Leo's childhood home, which had always smelled of cinnamon and his mother's freshly tilled garden soil. Life with Aunt Beatrix was a lesson in neglect masquerading as order. His meals were punctual, bland, and eaten in silence. His clothes were clean but stiff. He was given a tiny, north-facing room with a window that rattled and a single, unsmiling photograph of Beatrix's late husband on the dresser. Leo's pain wasn't caused by outright cruelty. There were no blows or starvation, but by a grinding, steady emotional starvation. Beatrix didn't scream, she erased. If Leo left a toy car on the worn carpet, she didn't yell. She simply picked it up with a look of pained distaste and dropped it into a heavy, locked trunk labeled miscellaneous. The message was clear: his belongings, his childish pleasures, were nothing but miscellaneous burdens. If he brought home a drawing, a bright, messy crayon sun exploding over a crooked house, she would glance at it, her lips tightening. It's very colorful. Leo, now, have you finished your mathematics workbook? The unspoken critique hung heavy. Art was frivolous. Success was cold. Measurable achievement, she never displayed a single one. The worst moments were the evenings. Beatrix would sit in her armchair, reading, while Leo would try, desperately, to fill the silence. Aunt Beatrix, Mom used to read me the one about the lion who lost his roar. Beatrix would lower her book by an inch, her eyes flat and empty. Your mother was a sentimental woman. Leo, sentimentality is a weakness. Go practice your penmanship. Good, legible handwriting is useful. Leo learned quickly. He learned to shrink, to make himself small and quiet. He learned that his sadness was an inconvenience, his memories a trespass. He stopped talking about his mother. He stopped drawing. He even learned to cry silently into his thin pillow, his small body shaking with the effort of muffling the sound, terrified that even the evidence of his grief would be categorized, locked away, and deemed miscellaneous. He was not unloved. He was simply unseen. And in the sterile, ordered world of Aunt Beatrix, being unseen was the loneliest, most agonizing death of all. He was becoming a shadow in a house of shadows, his childhood joy slowly turning into a dull ache that he knew, with chilling certainty, would never fully fade.